Would you like to grow nutrient-dense beyond organic foods? It all starts with the soil. Hi, I'm Dr. Jana Bogs, and in this video I will be discussing components of a high-quality soil analysis. The soil analysis that I use measures about 20 different soil components and characteristics. I interpret the data for nutrient-dense growing. The two-page report gives a value for each item and states whether it's high, low, or at a good level. Next, it describes what soil amendments and fertilizers need to be added to balance the soil and how much of each to add, along with application tips. Here's an example. Here's an example of a two-page soil analysis report. What I'm going to do is go through section by section and explain each one along the way. Here's the top of the first page of the soil report. Here, look down and see total exchange capacity. This is your soil's ability to hold nutrients. Next is pH. This is your acid-base balance in your soil, and it should be around 6.4. Next is the organic matter percentage. This is an indication of the availability of food for the microbes that are important in your soil to help make the nutrients available. Next, we get started into the different minerals. Here, sulfur and phosphorus. These are called anions, so they're making your soil more acidic. Now let's just take a look at phosphorus here. So this one, on this particular example, was very low. We're going to add soft rock phosphate, which is an organic type soil amendment. We're going to add 50 pounds per 1,000 square feet of soil. And then there's some instructions there also about how to add. Finally, on this page, we have the estimated nitrogen release. It's also a little low, and so we're going to add some feather meal. So let's go on to the next section. Here's the second section on the first page. This is mainly the cations, which are the positive ions like calcium, magnesium, potassium, and sodium. And these are going to make your soil more basic. So the first one there, calcium, is low, and so we're going to add gypsum, calcium sulfate, at 15 pounds per 1,000 square feet. And I'm saying in a mini prilled form. The other ones are very high or okay, so we don't need to add those. The exchangeable hydrogen down here is just sort of an indication of your pH. Now let's go on to the next one. Okay, so here is the top of page 2, and this is our trace elements. On this particular test, the trace elements were low or very low on almost all these instances here. Yeah, so we're going to be adding various amounts, again, per 1,000 square feet for the various amendments. Also on this section down here, we have aluminum. And aluminum is a toxic element, so we just sort of watch that so we don't get too much. Finally, at the bottom is electrical conductivity, the EC. And this is telling us how available the nutrients are in the soil solution. Here's the final section at the bottom of page 2, the additional items. And usually I'll recommend someone add a microbial mix. And these microbes are very important for your soil. They make the soil nutrients available to the plants. Then generally I'm going to also emphasize having some sort of ultra trace element mixture that's added, something like azomite or kelp meal. In this case, for this particular soil analysis, we're adding humates, which can increase the holding capacity of the soil. And then, it's going to vary with the soil analysis, but there's usually a few other things that are something we want to add. And then we're almost always, for most situations, going to have some sort of finished compost or mulch on top. I hope you enjoyed that overview of the Beyond Organic Soil Test. You can order soil analyses on my webpage at www.beyondorganicconsulting.com. There are differences between soil tests, great differences. Very few soil analyses are going to have this array of elements, especially getting into some of those more rare trace elements, but they're all very important for your soil analysis and getting your plants to perform and grow and giving you the best nutrition. Thanks for watching. I hope this explanation took some of the mystery out of soil analysis. Be sure to check out my video on how to take a soil sample, because a soil analysis can only be as accurate as the sample. I look forward to working with you to grow the most nutritious and delicious food ever.